Hey everybody, good to see you. We are at Exodus and a new week. A few quick lines from Exodus today, and then we're going to go on with talk about our new videos, and then the one I'm going to film tonight. I'll say something about that. So, all right, onward we go, and that's kind of a quick development. Let's just start in here with Exodus. We're in Exodus 21, and so we've got the 10 Commandments. We've talked about that, and we can't have that sticking up. So what we got here is the 10 Commandments, and now we get into application of those laws, and I think we already started to talk about this. So there's a lot of business in here about, can't say it, slavery. But of course, this is more like being an apprentice or working as an indentured servant. You get 6 years and then you're out. I mean, that's like maximum. So this isn't the same as being permanent slave. Now, there are a couple of little exceptions here and there. And if you're one of those exceptions, yeah, that would be pretty grievous. But we can't look at this from our day going back. We've got to look at this kind of coming back from where these people came from. God's original design, there is no slavery. Everybody's free. There's liberty. At the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, Adam and Eve basically enslaved themselves by doing what they were told not to. When you go up to Genesis, what is it? Genesis 9, I forget the verse. It talks about, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham dishonored his father there. And so because of that, it says he and his descendants there would be slavery in those descendants. And so, yeah, when you move away from the divine design, yeah, you've got slavery of some kind. You've got a problem going on. So, so this isn't the original plan. It is only enters after sin enters. That's where you get this bondage, this oppression, this one being even lower than the norm is. We're free. We're made in God's image. We're free, and we live free lives. Of course, free in that we're dependent beings. Last time I checked, I need air to breathe. I need food. I need a spot to kind of dwell here. I've got to have a chair here. I've got to sit somewhere. I've got to be somewhere. I've got to stand somewhere. So yeah, we are not independent beings. God has made us dependent. Only God is utterly independent. But that being said, He wants liberty for us. Jesus came to give deliverance to the captives and freedom. And so, yeah, what we've got here is a plan, and now we're adapting that plan. And instead of having basically zero rules, you slaves just do what we tell you or we'll smash you and kill you. Instead of that, you've got God is putting in regulations, and He's showing us that he's moving away from this. This is a temporary thing. If you kind of mess up your finances so badly, or you get into a situation that's so severe, yeah, you might go into one of these situations of we can call it slavery, but it's a temporary thing because you get out. You get out after 6 years. If something happens in the Jubilee year, you're supposed to get out. Although we don't have a lot of evidence that they really did what they were supposed to do in the Jubilee time. But so yeah, we're going through these. A lot of them are in threes with a law in the middle that's a little bit different. And so you've seen these the last few mornings, and I really won't expand on these particularly here. We talked with slavery. We talked about, for male and female servants. What happens if there's injuries? What about the one, I guess that's next day or two, I've just edited it up, right? The one about what if a woman's with child and she gets struck? What happens then? Is that killing a life, or is that just killing some nerve ganglia? You'll see that, I think, tomorrow morning, whenever that is. So then we're going to get into property rights here coming up, and so we'll just keep on going. There's various laws all the way through chapter 22, 23. Those are the ones I need to film next. And then we'll get into the 3 national feasts, and then the covenant and the sanctuary. Boy, am I anxious to get to the sanctuary with you. But we'll take things one thing at a time. So more business coming here in the book of Exodus on the devotionals. Let's see what else. So we did film the Julian Assange, Christianity and Murder Abroad. That's a favorite video I've done the last month, but it's gotten like basically 0 views, 20 views or something. So, oh well, there it is. And then we have one on the Presbyterian Church USA with now you're going to be, if you are a part of that church, if you're an officer, an elder, or a deacon in that church, you are required to affirm, well, if this thing passes in June, you'll be required to affirm that that is that you're okay with LGBT and all those pieces. So glad I'm not stuck in that line. Hey, I know this thing keeps poking up under my shoulder here. There's a little swastika there. That's probably going to get me in trouble. That's William Shiver's book, The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. It's the classic book. He's against Nazism, but there's the symbol there. I gotta hide that. I gotta put my arm over that. Remove the book. No Nazis here. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, we got to do one more. I want to do one more on One Health, and we'll get our new newsletter out. I'm just behind. There's lots of stuff happening now. Got to get some data together for taxes, and but anyway, that's okay. Other experiments coming, but I won't talk to you about them this week. Let's move on. Let's move on to the video I'm going to make tonight. So, in my denomination. So in my denomination, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, we have a problem, and so does every other church. But our church has a problem right now with women's ordination. Are you against women? No, I'm not against women. Kind of dependent on women, men and women both, right? Gotta have both. But does the Bible propose that a woman would be a leader of a congregation of individuals? The answer is plainly, unambiguously. It's not really even a question. The answer is no. Simple, no. Does the New Testament give us space for a woman to lead a congregation? Well, no. An elder is to be the husband of one wife. An elder is clearly, he's to raise his family well, etc. So there's just simply no space, zero. God made men and women different. They just found out last week or the week before, they had a study that came out and they said, hey, the brains of men and women are different from each other. If you didn't know that, I'm not sure where you've been. But anyway, it's not that one's better or worse. They're just different. We just think differently. It's built into the wiring that we think differently. Oh well. So not a problem, but there's certain things that women are particular to, and certain things that men are particular to. Women, among other things, are very nurturing, and God designed it that way. Men are nurturing in a different way, a masculine way. So there's differences. And as soon as we go against God's creation differences, we get into problems. Anyway, I said I was going to talk to you about the item we're going to do tonight. So we keep having, our world church has voted 3 times in different ways, more or less, but the outcome was always no. Ordination is global, so there's no ordination on a region by region basis. The world church decided no, we don't have women ordained to the gospel ministry. Simple. In spite of that, one of the richest divisions, there's 13 world divisions, the way it's organized at present. The North American division, which is basically Canada, the United States, and a couple of other chunks. This piece, which is where the church was organized and began, the modern church. In here, they've said, well, we're going to do it anyway, more or less. And so that's disastrous. We have leadership in our division that is disastrous. They're not going by what the World Church says, although they're bound to, they're required to, and then basically we have problems. So anyway, here's the video I'm going to make tonight in a conference, the Potomac Conference, which is Marylandish area. We have a conference there that is just done another one of these illegal ordinations. Not illegal in terms of the secular government, but illegal in terms of the church's own way that it does things. It's simply not recognized. It's not accepted, and yet in North America it's being accepted. So that's a problem. So tonight I'm going to be filming a brief mention of what are the facts there, and come at it in a pretty firm way. That's my plan right now. So you know what? We have constituency. The people themselves shouldn't be allowing it, and there's measures they can take. And then we have leadership above the conference, the union, the division, that should be addressing it, and pardon me, and they're not. They're not. They're just standing by. It's like, hey, the house is burning. Yeah, I see that. Well, get your fire extinguishers. So anyway, once you get women's ordination, it's historically, it's like unambiguous. We already know what happens when you allow this. This is the theological engine that brings you to uh, LGBT is all okay, and yeah, it doesn't matter what the Bible says, doesn't matter what creation order is, doesn't matter what God said, doesn't matter any which thing, doesn't matter. We're just gonna pull it apart and splatter it all down together here and remake the thing in a blob, our own human blob of nothingness. So anyway, we'll put out a video on that tonight. I'll put my tie on for that one, put my suit on for that one, and let it rip. All right. So those are some things that have been happening, some things that are coming up. A little bit. I've got a lot of commitments right now, and my time is like really small. So I'm gonna probably just leave it there for now. But yeah, we want to be right. We want to be right with God, and if we're not right with God, nothing else matters. Am I telling you the truth? If we're not right with God, nothing else matters. So be in the Word every morning. Be talking to God. He will talk to you. Find out what His truth is and be faithful to His truth. There is only blessing. He is faithful to His truth. When we're faithful to His truth, He's faithful to us. So in His Word will not come back empty. His Word reshapes us. It changes us. It transforms us. It makes us more like Jesus. We want to be more like Jesus. If you want to have the desires that God's heart has, you need to have His Word in your heart so that you can have God's desires, in between your ears. And so that's something we all wish and desire. And we want to be changed people. We want to be good people. We want to be the best we can be, the advertisements, join the Marines, the few, the proud, the faithful, or whatever it was, whatever the argument is, be all you can be. Well, I'm not sure if you can be all you can be in the Marines, but I know that as a person who wants to follow the Lord Jesus, that's the only way you or I will ever be all that we can be, that we want to be. So be in the Word, be in the Word. If you're reading a Bible version that does not engage you, like if you struggle with the Old English, if you like King James English, more power to you. Read it all day long, no problem. New King James, suit yourself. I've got here, and you've been hearing in the devotionals for Exodus, those are all being taken from the New American Standard, 1995. Really good, very literal translation. No translation's really perfect, I think. You study the Greek and the Hebrew and don't always agree with every which decision's made, but New American Standard it's got a lot going for it, and this is a really beautiful translation, and this is a low-cost one too. I'm trying to remember, was this Thomas Nelson, or where did I get this? Because this is Zondervan. Yeah, Zondervan. So anyway, have a Bible that you want to read. Have a physical Bible that you want to read. Yes, we've always got our Bible with us, on our phone, but a physical Bible, keep this on your nightstand. When I get up in the morning, it's like 45 minutes with the Bible every morning. Kaboom. And that is a beautiful thing. So that's what you want. And a little plug here. I approve this message. Read the Bible day by day. All right, I'm going to leave it there. A short one this morning, but that's all we need to say today. And may God bless you and walk with you as you walk with Him.